Ready, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Turn the mic on.
Is the mic on? Back to the Tapping Out show. We're actually going to do San Diego's Karl Strauss. They have a specialty beer. It's the Peanut Butter Cup. It's a porter. The first time actually we had this was actually at a Karl Strauss in Orange County in Costa Mesa. It was just a taster, but you know what? It's pretty good. Now, with that said, my wife loves this stuff with ice cream, caramel, and chocolate as kind of like a root beer float. But a beer float, believe it or not, it's not that bad of a...
As a beer float, that's a little sacrilegious to me, but whatever makes your old lady happy is always going to make you happy. I remember trying this, and it's not too bad. It's made out of San Diego, California, which is a great place to be, and it's a pretty good beer, and it's not too strong. You guys know that I like the strong beers. It's not too strong, but it's pretty good. It's
now,
pretty good drinking beer.
Going back to the strength, Karl Strauss does do some Imperials. They do a Wreck Alley, which is a stout, and they do Off the Rails. So if you guys know anything about Red Trolley, which is what their staple, pretty much, you can find it almost anywhere kind of beer. It's an imperial version of that beer.
What is the one that I actually like? The one we can never find.
The Karl Strauss one? It was an IPA, and I don't remember. It's like not. Oh, Tower 20.
Tower 20. If you can get your hands on some Tower 20, buy the shit out of it and drink the hell out of it, because that's the good stuff right there.
It really is.
It really is.
And I'm not. If you guys have watched any of these videos, I am not an IPA guy. That stuff is pretty good.
That stuff is fucking awesome. You should drink the hell out of it.
To be honest with you, Karl Strauss, most of their production beer is pretty good. With that said, if you go to a Karl Strauss brewery, a lot of those guys will actually do their own in-house brew. So, if you have one in your neighborhood, it's decent food, good beer, check them out. If you're anywhere in the San Diego area, because they actually have a few tap rooms,
check out. Have one next to Legoland, if I remember correctly. I remember leaving Legoland with my daughter and seeing a Karl Strauss brewery. It wasn't the right time to start drinking, but I think that's when I saw it.
Anyways, so these guys, San Diego, they're more well known than a lot of the breweries that we're going to be talking about. This is actually a specialty. It's a peanut butter cup. It's a porter. It's not a stout. It's a little bit heavier. It's pretty sweet. Like I said, it actually shows as a 10 BPU. I don't think it's that bitter.
We just looked up Coors Light kind of as a gauge. I think that was like 10, because I think everyone's had a Coors Light, at least in high school or some point in their life, and that's a pretty watered down kind of beer. So it's a good gauge. Most of the IPAs that we're drinking are going to be in the 50 or 60 range, so that kind of gives you an idea on bitterness, more in the half mile range. Mid-range to kind of get a good idea.
Keep in mind, though, too, and I just poured a bad head on that one. Keep in mind, too, this stuff for 30, that's not that bitter. The sweetness of this beer, seriously, it's a peanut butter cup. So if you're a fan of any of that stuff, drink up. Cheers. All right, let's see.
If you like Reese's peanut butter cups and you like beer, you should buy a lot of these.
Yeah, no, it's
and it's gonna take like I said, it's not a strong alcohol content. If you guys know a little bit about me, I like the strong stuff. I like liquor. I like wine, things like that. Really strong beers. So I mean, you got to drink a pretty good amount of them to get a strong buzz. But it doesn't even taste like there's much alcohol in it. So it mostly tastes like a peanut butter cup with a little back taste of beer. So it's definitely good for maybe someone that doesn't like beer, or maybe somebody that just doesn't like that normal beer, IPA, whatever kind of taste. It almost has a chocolatey, peanut buttery, just kind of aftertaste. It's very good.
Well, plus, if you have anybody like my mom, everything tastes like beer. Tastes like beer, tastes like beer. This might be something you want to give them, like, here, try this, because there really is heavy peanut butter in this. There really is a chocolate note to this. I'm not sure if it's just the malt. I'm not sure if it's just...
Probably has a lot of protein.
You know what? And we'll try to check that out. Maybe we'll put it at the end of the comments here in YouTube. But this stuff is, for what it is, it's good. Like I said, most of Karl Strauss stuff, pretty good. Most of their seasonal stuff, even better. And I've had a few, so I'm gonna burp.
This guy's a Karl Strauss lover. He spends a lot of times at the restaurant in Costa Mesa.
San Diego.
Yeah, I don't mind it as much, but it's pretty good stuff. And as usual, it's from California, which is a great place to be. And
Beer me smooth, dude.
Yeah, they have something. Everything in their restaurant is beer related. I learned this showing up hungover one time, and didn't want anything to do with alcohol. And everything on their menu is beer related.
There are asada fries in
the mac and cheese is beer related. They have something called biramisu, which is tiramisu with beer. So
Red Trolley, by the way.
So it's a good time if you like beer, you like beer flavored things. This is a really good one, and they're from San Diego, which is a great place to be, and it's a great place to make beer.
You know what? And there's a lot of microbrew companies that come out of there. There's some big name ones like Ballast Point, Stone, Lost Abbey. Think of it this standpoint. This is a company that has actually probably made more money on their restaurants than they have their beers, which is a sad point. Not because their food's bad, because their beer is actually pretty decent. Like he said, Tower 20 is one of the best IPAs. If you can get your hands on it.
We've been trying to find a Tower 20 in a liquor store, and we spent a lot of time in liquor stores, and we haven't found one in probably about 6 months, I would say.
I would say longer than that.
Maybe even longer than that, which is kind of sad.
Tower 10's around, and it's okay.
And we were at the Karl Strauss restaurant, and they ran out of Tower 20, and I actually gave them a hard time because I said, you are Karl Strauss, and we were at your restaurant, and you don't have the beer I want. So, it is a pretty good thing, and, some of the stuff they do is good. Honestly, when I saw Karl Strauss's name the first time, I thought they were selling jeans. I didn't even know what was going on inside that place. And they make some pretty good beers, and their food is actually pretty good as well.
Yeah. Yes. So if you ever check them out. If you got a restaurant by you, please. They are a franchise. I don't know how far they go out from California. That's where we're based. Besides that, if you want to have us check out anything out, if you guys want us to try any kind of spirits, wine, beer, whatever, info, tappingoutshow.com. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Besides that, we're signing out. I'm going to finish this. We're not tapping out. He's definitely tapping out. This stuff is...
I don't tap out. You got to kill me first.
This stuff is a dessert. It's beautifully made.
It seriously tastes like you melted a peanut butter cup in my beer. So if you like peanut butter cups and beer, you should drink a lot of these.
Besides that, we're out. Till next time, drink up.